What's going on, Infected? Wolf the Quarantine, and today I'm going to be taking a look at a game that was sent to me for preview, and that is Overtime. So in the game Overtime, you all are playing as employees of basically an overbearing boss that has just issued a ton of crap for everybody to get done before you get to go home, so you get to burn that midnight oil to try to get everything done. Now, how you go about doing that, whether you actually do the work or whether you pawn it off on somebody else, that is entirely your prerogative. So now, playing a game Overtime is actually pretty simple. What it is, everybody's going to get these assignment cards that are in front of them, and they're going to range from, you're going to have like a one that requires just one task, a couple that require two, and one that requires a three, and everybody's going to have the same type, and then everybody's going to be an average Joe. Now, an average Joe, or any of the role cards for that matter, are going to have a special ability that relates to just you. So in this case, everybody's going to start off identical. You're going to have the p-value, which is how many plays you get. You're going to have your hand limit, and then you're going to have how many cards you draw up at the end of the turn. But on your turn, you're just going to take up to your play limit, your p-value. You're going to get to take different actions. Now, those actions are going to take form of playing cards. Now, when you play these cards, you're basically just going to do what the card says, keeping in mind that you are limited to how many cards you're allowed to play based on your character. Now, if the first card you play is changing your role, it's a free play, doesn't count as one of your play, and it'll change. You know, maybe you're the office vampire, or the coffee guy, or, you know, there's all kinds of different roles that totally change the game and kind of flip how it's played and give you a special ability. But a lot of these cards that you're going to play may also give you tiredness cards. Now, tiredness cards alter all of the stats on your character card. So if you have, you know, depending on your role, if you have, you know, 6 or so tired markers on yours, you may get to play less cards. So you're kind of constantly trying to manage how tired you are versus what you're trying to do, because the ultimate goal is you're trying to play work cards, which count as points towards those task cards that you're given. So if it requires two assignments, you play a work card that maybe says add one assignment, you can put one on there, and you're halfway to completing that task. And the ultimate goal of the game is to be the first one to complete or get rid of all of your tasks. And I say get rid of because you can also pawn it off onto somebody else, or if somebody else instead completes one of theirs, you can ride on their good work and also get rid of one of yours. So how you go about getting rid of yours is 100% up to you, but you have to play within the confines of your role, because your role is going to dictate a lot of things, such as I think it's the office vampire, where you don't get tired as easily, but you kind of have less action. So anytime I were to get 2 tired markers, for example, I may only get one, or I can give you one, I think is another one of the roles. I can give you one of my tired markers every single round, and, you know, of course the game does play up more people, but that's kind of the basis of the game. You're going to be playing these cards, trying to complete these tasks in front of you, trying to screw everybody else over, maybe even ride on their success, and try to find a role that fits you perfectly. So Overtime is definitely going to appeal to, namely, the Munchkin crowd. Several of the people that I played this with had mentioned that it has that Munchkin-y kind of feel to it, where you know, you all are trying to accomplish a task, whereas, you know, of course, Munchkin, you're trying to get to the end of the dungeon, get to, I think it's level 10, and you're holding onto these cards and screwing people over and whole 9 yards. This game has that very same feel, with a very adult, you know, being an adult sucks, so working and you're exhausted, and overtime sucks. It tacks that onto it, but in a very lighthearted, humorous way that is going to appeal to a wide audience. The game is very simple to play, very simple to set up, and you're going to have a lot of good laughs going around the table as you're playing cards on everybody, and the titles of the cards, along with some of the flavor text, is really, really funny. Of course, if you're anybody who's anybody, there's going to be a lot of Office Space jokes and references that's going to go around the table, because that is just the theme of the game. So if I could just have you kickstart this game down below that'd be great. Anyways, if this looks interesting, definitely check out the link down below. That'll take you straight over to the Kickstarter page. It'll provide way more information than I could possibly cover here in this video. But again, if you like games like Munchkin, you like lighthearted games about working overtime and in a job that you probably hate, and you like to screw over your friends, definitely check it out. It's a good, fun, entertaining game. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time in the quarantine.